Hey guys, what is going on? My name is kcosmic and welcome to the video. Today what I'm going to be showing you are the best high round camping spots in Cold War Zombies for Firebase Z. These 3 spots I definitely think are the best ones on the map, but I'll be sure to update you with even better spots if I find any. So if you are new around here, you better subscribe for the best high round camping spots. Also leave a comment right now of what you're thinking of Firebase Z and if you enjoy it, but with that said, let's get straight into the high round strats. The first spot is one of the most popular spots in the game, and that is in the weapons lab. This spot was made popular by MZ Zombie Slayer, and he'll be linked down in the description below. He's probably one of the best high round players in the community right now. Definitely go subscribe to him. With that said, let me give you a rundown on how the strat is going to work. First of all, the door behind you has to be closed or it'll mess up the spawns. This is very important just because a lot of the high round strats in Cold War Zombies do involve you keeping certain doors closed, and this strat is no different. So make sure that door stays closed, and what you're going to want on you at the time is you're going to want Ring of Fire, you're going to want the Raid K fully packet punched, you're going to want the Chopper Gunner on you at all times as well to get out of trouble. But one thing that is a bit personal preference are their perks. Now, normally I like to run all of my perks. This includes Tombstone, but some people like not to use Tombstone because it's kind of annoying when you go down and you have to re-revive yourself. It's also very risky as well as that, because if you go down on Tombstone, that's your game over. Me personally, I haven't really ran into any issues with Tombstone as of right now. The way I see it works is you go down, the zombies kind of spawn away, and you're able to make it back to your body 95% of the time, revive yourself. I do this so I don't have to go buy another self-revive. I feel like it's a lot safer than going down and having to run, especially on them higher rounds when the zombies are super fast. So I would definitely recommend you having Tombstone if you like that playstyle, but if not, just go without it. Elemental Pop can also be quite bad to run just because it does increase crashes. So that's something I'd recommend you not running. I run it in this game because I'm not going for like around 200. But if you're really going for them higher rounds, I would probably avoid using it. But the idea of this strat is very similar to the penthouse strat in the machine. You're going to want to stand next to this window here when your Ring of Fire is ready and then use it. This will kill the zombies coming in from that side, and you'll be shooting down this sort of line here as you're seeing in the gameplay to get rid of the zombies coming in. This spot is also going to be involving you using a lot of the Raid K's slow grenade thing to stop manglers and mimics getting too close. Again, I've said this for my past few videos as well, the main threats of this are the mimic. That's why the Raid K is so necessary. It's good for slowing them down and it's the best weapon to really use against them. You're going to also want to have decoy grenades for when you have to run for ammo and when you have to run for your Chopper Gunner and self-revives and perks and things like that, because the zombies are running too fast and you get downed instantly. Also, always remember that mimics and manglers drop ammo for your Raid K. So as far as ammo, you should be okay, but always run them decoy grenades just in case, and the Chopper Gunner to be safe from when you're getting trapped in a corner. Coming to our next strategy is going to be at Rocky Defense, up right beside it, Speed Cola outside on this railing. This one here is definitely one of the better spots I think as well. I played around with it for a wee bit and I was really enjoying it because it's a combination between camping and really moving back and forth between each side and using the Raid K as well. So you're pretty much going to need exactly what you had for the other strat in this. So the Raid K, you can select your own perks obviously, but I'd always recommend having all of them. Also, always have Ring of Fire equipped, and then you're going to want a Chopper Gunner as well. Decoy grenades are not as important. I would still run them, but definitely not as important as in the other strat. So with this strat, what you're going to want to do is you really want to utilize the Raid K, and what I mean by that is you want to use it for as long as you can until you really need to use a Ring of Fire, and you want to also keep an eye out for mimics, and that is when you want to use a Ring of Fire because you'll kill them pretty much instantly with it. Without that, mimics are really hard to control, but again, like I said, you can always use your Raid K to slow them down, try and get that Ring of Fire faster. But it's kind of just the same thing on repeat. You really want to spam your Raid K until you get your Ring of Fire. Use your Ring of Fire at the door so when the zombies walk into it, they will die instantly. And also keep an eye out for the mimics as well. And trying to use your Ring of Fire when the mimics come in because it's very useful. What this strategy has over the other strategies is that this strat has a lot of getaways. There's one on each side. There's one where you can just jump off and go to the ground, so you'll be at actual Rocky Defense. And then there's a jump pad on the other side that you can quickly take and go to the jungle. So these are very useful for getting out of a really sticky situation, and that is why I really like this spot. This is probably my favorite spot to use because it's overall really safe. The spawns might not be as fast as the first choice on the list, but it's still really good. And I find as well, I'm a lot more entertained in this spot because there's a lot more going on. Before we get into our last spot, Make sure to leave a like on the video if you haven't already, if you're enjoying it so far, and also subscribe for more great camping spots in Cold War Zombies. But with that said, let's get on to our final spot on the list. Now coming into our last spot, it is going to be at Scorch Defense in this bunker. And with this spot, you guessed it, you're going to need the Ray K as well. I think it's very obvious the Ray K is overall the best weapon on the map, and that's what one of the weapons should be. And I'm really glad they actually didn't add in the ray gun into this map, because that they did, I think the ray gun would have taken a lot away from the Ray K, and all these spots you just use the ray gun anyway. So overall, I'm really happy the ray gun isn't actually in the map. But let's get back into the main topic of the video, and that is going to be how to get to high rounds in Firebase Z. So like I was saying, you want to come to Scorch Defense and come in this bunker here, and I like to do a combination of things. I like to use my Ray K, use my Ring of Fire, and then use the Ray K's slowing down effect. What I find is useful is at the start of the round, I will use the Ray K to charge my Ring of Fire, just a normal ability, and then I'll go to the door and use Ring of Fire. I'll also, again, like always, prioritize mimics when they're coming and using the Ring of Fire then, but if I have to, I will use the Ring of Fire earlier on. The one problem with this is if you get cornered, you're going down, so it is useful to get a Chopper Gunner as well for this. This is what I find with all the strats. The Chopper Gunner is the best get out of jail card, and it is just overall really useful. It's really useful for Scorch Defense because the Chopper in some parts of the map don't actually cover it very well, but in this part of the map it really does, and you're going to kill a lot of zombies when you're in the Chopper Gunner as well. My favorite part about this spot here is the fact that there's an ammo crate right outside for you to pick up ammo, and there is also a crafting bench right outside as well. But this spot, I think the spawns are definitely faster than the last one, and they're probably just about even with the one in the weapons lab. I overall do really enjoy this spot, and I think this one is definitely the most straightforward. All you do is sit and then just spray your weapon and pray to God that a mimic doesn't come, or like 6 of them come. That's one thing they really need to fix. The mimics are just so much, they really need to fix that, but I digress. This one is definitely, like I was saying, the simplest spot I think out of all of them, and I really do enjoy using it. So summing things up, I've shown you 3 good camping spots you can use today, and a combination of different playstyles in them camping spots. For all of them, you're going to want the Ray K, and you can either build it, do it for a trial, or get it from the mystery box. I'm going to just hit the mystery box until I get it or do the trials. With the last 2 of these ones, you don't have to worry about what doors you buy, but for the first one you do, so be sure you don't buy the door coming from Rocky Defense, because that can really ruin the strat for you. And for getting high round as well, I would just say practice these spots, because first time you might not get it, but once you get a rhythm and you're able to do it and you can control the mimics, I promise you, you'll get to them higher rounds, just like I did. It took a bit of practicing, but you will eventually get there. But that said, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you aren't already for more zombies content, and also leave a comment below what you thought in the video. Also go check out our new merch for the Division Z podcast. That's a podcast me and fellow YouTuber Jason do. Your support means that we can keep the show getting better and better, and also you get a cool t-shirt as well, and that's always great. But that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.